Beer? Apparently a lot of people do, based on the number of breweries opening seemingly every month in Pittsburgh. There are so many, it's hard to find them all. Now there's a guide that can help. Consider it a passport of sorts, with a chance to stamp your guide each time you visit a new brewery. There are more than 24 breweries listed, so you can build your own brewery trail. Anyone who collects stamps from all of them wins a prize. And part of the team who came up with the idea is here to tell us more about the big release party for the guide this Friday night. We want to welcome Matt McMahon of 11th Hour Brewing in Lawrenceville and Brian Eaton of Grist House Craft Brewery in Millvale. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
What a neat idea. I mean, it really is such a boom in Western Pennsylvania.
Yeah, about a year ago we realized that there's over 30 breweries in the area, and we needed to have a unified voice to talk about issues facing breweries, but also to promote craft beer tourism, which is a huge driving thing. And so we worked with Visit Pittsburgh and came up with the idea to create a brewery guide.
Well, and aside from the guide, which we will talk a lot about, there's a guild, and this is kind of the movement behind this to organize all of the breweries and come together.
Yeah, and so we formed the guild officially back in November of last year. Okay. And so our first major project was to come up with the guide. But we have 30 members. So there's currently 32 breweries in Allegheny County. We have 30 of those breweries are members of the Pittsburgh Brewers Guild. And like I said, our first main initiative was to create a guide and a website that goes along with it.
Okay, so let's talk about your breweries, because you guys are both in the booklet, in the passport.
Yeah, so we are fairly new. We've been open just about a year. Our 1 year anniversary is September 1st, so we're kind of newcomers to the game, but definitely saw something that I wanted to participate in the guild and wanted to be a big part of kind of growing Pittsburgh craft beer in general.
So you're in Lawrenceville?
Yes.
And this is 11th Hour, so what kind of beer do you create and sell?
For us, I like all styles, so my kind of mantra is I'm going to make what I want to drink, and I typically like to drink a lot of different kinds of beer. So I mean, we make everything from IPAs to stouts. We have imperial stouts, we have traditional German styles, we have Maibox, we have Kolsch style, we have pilsners. So we kind of trend and play on both sides of the fence there, and I think it really works well because I think that there's a different type of beer for every person. So
well, when people talk about kind of the revolution and the transformation of Millvale, they talk about Grist House, and that's where you're located, Brian.
Yeah, so we've been open, Grist House Craft Brewery, we've been around for a little over 4 years now. My brother-in-law Kyle and I got the idea back in 2011, and we were actually the 8th brewery to open up in the Pittsburgh region. So if you imagine, 4 years ago there was only 8 breweries, and now we're up to over 30.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
it really is. Okay, so we're going to sample some beer too. What did you guys bring with us? And are these some of the samples we'll see at the launch party?
So these are actually some of the beers from Matt's Place, 11th Hour, and Grist House, and then from Hitchhiker. The beers at the release party are actually collaborations, so it's beers that nobody's ever had before.
That's great.
We split up the 30 breweries into 10 teams, so there's 3 breweries per team. They came up with a beer. The only place to try all 10 of those beers is going to be at the release party on Friday.
Awesome. And what about the glasses too? Because these are special, limited edition releases, right?
So each one of the glasses, so there's going to be 2 glasses that you get at the actual event. The first one is so this is the commemorative glass that you're going to get, and the commemorative glass has all of the founding members around it, so each one of the breweries that was a part of the original guide, as well as the Brewers Guild logo in the middle. So that's going to be your takeaway. It's going to be boxed up in the nice little box here, and that's your takeaway from the event. But then the other format of the event that's a little different, we wanted to change it up and didn't want to make it a beer festival. It's different than a beer festival, because what we wanted to do was have people more engaged in speaking as opposed to running around trying to get to the next beer.
Right.
So that's why we will have just the 10 beers available there, but you will get an 8-ounce pour of each one of the 10-ounce beer, or each one of the 10 collaboration beers.
Right.
So you'll have more time to kind of enjoy the beer in the fashion it was meant to be, as opposed to a 2-ounce glass.
And you know, I think that's something that we were talking about earlier, is this is not the whole craft beer thing is not about getting intoxicated. It really is a passion. I mean, people enjoy trying new beers, learning about the process to make it, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, and this is a great opportunity because all the owners and the brewers of these breweries, they were very invested in forming the guild and being a part of the the brewery guide. So they're going to actually be there at the release party.
Cool.
So this is a chance to talk one-on-one with the people that are actually making the beer you enjoy.
Okay, so this will also be released at the party, at the launch party. So this is the guide, and it is really a passport of sorts. If you can see in here, it'll give you some tips and some. If you make your way through all 30, you win a prize. So what's the prize?
So the prize is the boxed glass that we have here. So that the only other place to get this is if you come to the event on Friday. But outside of that, you'll need to go around to the other 30 breweries, get your stamp, and then you get to have the box guide for that. So.
It feels like a mission and a project that I'm willing to take. I'm willing to go on this ride. Thanks, guys, so much. Looking forward to the launch party. The Pittsburgh Brewery Guide release party is this Friday from 6 till 10 on the Nova Place lawn on the north side. Look for full details and tickets. Go to kdka.com/PTL. We'll have the link posted for you there.